I didn't bring that much ammo with me, so I got to make this count. I got 3 targets down there. Action Target IPSC on the left, shootsteel.com static in the middle, and then the angled shootsteel.com target on the right hand side. First I'll go with the Action Target one, which I have shot for years here in TMP. That one down there is about 6 years old, tens of thousands of rounds on it. Listen. The gun, by the way, is a Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Magpul edition. Once upon a time, I have made some modifications. At the top of the screen, you'll see some annotations for the review videos on this scope. I haven't really done one on all the gun mods, but you've seen them in other videos. MFT stock, MOE hand grip. This is an Alpha Rail by Troy. JP adjustable gas block, and then I have a Checkmate muzzle device from Strike Industries, and this will be a review of that as well. So far I'm digging it. Oh yeah, bad lever too. Great setup, and as you can see, I mark it as a CQB setup, and I always mark all my guns for the range they're zeroed in, which I'm seeing a lot more people doing now. And the load, it was zeroed for. Okay, did you notice the difference in sound, by the way? So you heard that center static one, and then the angled one's on the right. I'll hit that a couple times. The distance is 75 yards. I feel wiggly, by the way. Let's go to the Action Target one again. Middle static. It is a flat target, supposedly rated for 223. That's what they say at shootsteel.com. We're gonna go look at these, by the way, and I'll tell you why I went out getting them. That one actually has a pretty good sound to it. So it's giving the shooter some audible feedback, which as a course designer is what I want. And as an insight to the show, I also want the audience, you guys, to be able to hear it really well. So I need a loud target. Loudest can be expected. And then we go to the angle one on the right again. Really hard to hear, right? I mean, I've got double ears on. I honestly don't even know if I'm hitting it. So there are, I do have some opinions about the targets already, the shoot steel ones. I have put several thousands of rounds on them, and this is just kind of an infield review, summing up my experience with them. Popping a few rounds while we're at it. And we'll walk down and take a look. That did not lock open. Couple more rounds. I meant to bring like a buttload more, but I didn't. The Action Target one is just so audible, so nice. I use both mini IPSC and full IPSC, round plates, all types of versions on that stand. Center static. That's the right target angled. They call it the short range, I think. All right, by the way, this Checkmate is awesome. I mean, this is like an informal review of this. Check out the muzzle though. I'm gonna shoot in the dirt over here. 2-for-1 review. Actually a hillside, not the dirt. Wish I had something you could see the muzzle rise, but not much there. Nothing. I'm liking it. That's a Checkmate by Strike. Pretty affordable too, which I like. I've been spending like $120 on those battle comps, and it gets old real quick. All right, so back to the targets. Reason I wanted to get targets is I've been super happy with the actiontarget.com product. But I was wondering, hey man, it's been a while since I've reviewed them. Maybe there's something out here now that is more cost effective for my viewers, that is better, that is, I don't know, more capable of close range shooting. That's really what I wanted, is steel at about 50 yards, maybe even closer. I've found that these targets from shootsteel.com do promise that. They kind of advertise themselves, at least this one right here, the short range rifle target. They advertise as a close range target. So I took some of the ad money, went out and we bought $1,200 worth. And you've been seeing them used in the Soldier Boy experience. Go look at those videos and you can kind of hear the audible feedback or lack thereof depending on which one we're using. So this is what it says. Short range targets were designed for law enforcement agencies, gun clubs, individuals looking to shoot centerfire rifles closer than 100 yards. So I just went out shopping and I just ran into the website. They didn't come to me. My reviews are never purchased here in the Nutnfancy project ever. They don't even know I'm doing this review. And I said, okay, that's cool. Maybe the materials, the design is such so we do have some steel that's good for close range. Our design uses an AR 550 target, an angled mounting bracket, an extra large base for stability. The angle helps prevent much of the pitting common with shooting rifles closer than 100 yards. I'll roll in some more Soldier Boy footage while I'm blabbering. The pitting can become dangerous as it may send fragments back to the shooter. Yes, that's true. This allows target to be used up close and at longer ranges. And it says rated to 223 and 308 standard 150 grain ball at 50 yards for general use. At 50 yards, I was like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. And then the other target we ended up buying, and we have several of these as well, is a 3/8 inch AR 500 12x20 static target package. So I was motivated to have a target that I could shoot at 50 yards, a steel target, where I wouldn't have to go get frangible ammunition for the shooters in TMP. Also, I wanted something more cost effective perhaps than the actiontarget.com offerings, which can be expensive for you guys. And then lastly, I wanted something lighter weight. Here we come to the Action Target IPSC one, a stalwart in TMP. You can see my hits there. So this is 75 yards. See, you don't really see any indentations. I mean, you have little dents, but this is 8 years of use or so. But nothing that I'm worried that I'm going to get some funky ricochet off of it. And that has been shot with thousands of rounds of 308, lots of 338 Lapua, thousands of 223 and other calibers. The downside of this is, yes, the expense, and then it is heavy because it has a portable target stand on it, as you can see. It takes a little bit of work to get it together because the two parts are pretty heavy. I've done it alone today, which can be done. It's best with two people. Great target. I mean, you're going to see it's probably still my favorite. So, you know, I want a close range target, lighter weight, more cost effective, so I went with these. And then you can see the face of this one. So we got major spalling of the AR 500 plate on this one. I think this is a 3/8 inch. It's the thickest one they offer. That's what we got. And this is the static target, and it's a spring-loaded arrangement. So you could hear it. It's more audible. You can make sure you, well, you can hear the hits better. I like that. I like how simple it is to set up. You just cut a length of 2x4. There's a 2x4 protector. Those are extra. You have to buy those extra. Drill it, mount it. You do have one exposed bolt here. You can see it's taken around. I don't like exposed bolts. But, you know, again, I'm trying to learn here and see maybe my method of doing things has been improved upon. So this one's audible, but as you can see, it's pretty much toast. I feel pretty uncomfortable actually shooting it within probably 75, what I was just doing. I feel okay doing it, but it's going to continue to get thwacked like that. Here's the hits I just did. And that was PMC. Those are okay. I don't see any indentations here. I think these are ones that I was shooting within 50 yards, and it was normal 223. Might have had a mixture of PMC, tacticalammunition.com, maybe some M193, but all the same caliber. Okay, and there's another thing I'm going to tell you about these that I'm not super digging. Here's the angled one. This is the target package. This one on the front, short range rifle target package. It runs $300 on their website. Exposed bolt heads, again, you can see they're getting shot up there a little bit. This one has fared better because obviously, like a tank's armor, it's angled. My main beef with this one is that you just can't hear it. And the reason is easy to define why. It's connected to this 2x4. So all the sound is absorbed to the bracket, to the 2x4, and it just doesn't have a chance to resonate. I like the attachment. I like the attachment to the 2x4. I think that's cool. This has the 2x4 steel protector on it again. The base in terrain like this, and this is the point I was going to tell you, is actually pretty good. If you're in terrain like I'm in. So now I have fairly level terrain. There's no snow. But the problem is out here, operationally in TMP, that's a rarity. And I had to drive around to find a place like this to even do it. This is another reason I'm starting to leave them at home a lot. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to carry this one over here. You can carry them together, put together that is. And here in the wintertime, we're often doing snowshoots, and here we have a nice patch of snow. Now check this out. This is a really bad thing about these targets. It's a damn ski. So we learned this on a Soldier Boy. We started setting them up and we'd walk away, and that's what would happen. So what we had to do is bring out some rebar, hammer the rebar into the ground through the holes of the base stand, and it just became ridiculous. I'm like, why are we even doing this? The whole idea is to be something easier than that. So basically in this, the snow that is, these bases are not, they're not good. You know, I guess if you're at a gun range somewhere out Midwest, East, shooting behind the double wide, rock on, they'll be good. But out where I shoot, not so much. Compared to the base of the Action Target, it too needs a relatively level area, but it's more adaptable. And this is a much bigger and heavier plate for demonstration purposes, and yet it's still pretty stable on this portable target stand. And look how thrashed this thing is and how much use it's had. I mean, when I reviewed these back, the Evil Roy in 2008, subsequent reviews, I told you they'd last a lifetime. I wasn't kidding, they will, and they are here with our family and the project. And this can stand in snow. I can't carry it with one hand because it's too heavy. But over here, it'll just sink into the snow and be super stable. Now, if I hit it with a higher caliber gun like a 308, then it's going to get more rock back. These bolts are designed to loosen, they will. You get that beautiful ring, the resonance of the plate letting you know you've hit it. And meanwhile, it will stay upright as long as you're on pretty level terrain. This static one I've pretty much relegated to, well, one of two things. Shooting it with pistol only in the project, or just wailing on it and then throw it in the garbage once it gets so spalled. You can flip it over. So this side is virgin, and I'll flip it over and paint it and use that as well. But that's that. I guess likability will be in the description. I do like seeing competition out there. I like seeing different steel target manufacturers make targets, and I really don't know how many folks need them or use them. I think I'm kind of a little bit different with TMP since I'm doing testing and review, and they're really our bread and butter out here because they don't pollute the environment. They give shooter feedback. They're fun. They give great training, and you don't have garbage to pick up afterwards. It's the reason why I've shot steel, and I've seen them really pick up in popularity, all steel targets. So I think it's a good product. I think it does have some limitations. My big downsides on it are I don't like the base in snow or mud for that matter. Mud, it'll do the same exact thing. It'll slide all the way all over the place. I don't like, there's no audible feedback. I don't like the exposed bolts. And I don't like how they're really not as close range as they're advertised. Maybe this angled one is, but this one here where it says you can shoot it with 223 rifles, not really given a distance, probably 100 yards back, and even then you're probably going to get some denting here and there depending on your load. Quick in-field review, that's shootsteeltargets.com Nutnfancy project. This is probably my still recommended target. I think the code is still working, by the way, actiontarget.com. They don't even know I'm doing this video, but that's just what I'm using out here. See ya.